This is Carla Scarf. In this video, I'm going to show you how to edit alphabet photographs in Adobe Photoshop CC. Now, before we do any editing, I want you to pay attention to what the dominant colors in your picture are. In my picture, I have greens, I have blues, and I have yellows. When you convert your image to black and white, you need to be able to know what the colors are. First, we're going to start out by changing the size of your image. This is relatively easy. You're going to go to Image, Image Size, and when this panel comes up, you're going to enter the following numbers. First of all, make sure that your Resample button is clicked on. Your resolution for this assignment is going to be 300. Your height is going to be 10 inches. And your width, Photoshop should automatically be able to enter that for you as 6.667. Now, if you notice that the width is not correct, then you're going to have to use the crop tool with these exact dimensions to make your image fit into the banner perfectly. When you are finished, go ahead and click OK. The next step is to get ready to start editing. Go ahead and head over to your Layers palette and duplicate your original picture. We do this by right-clicking and we go to where it says Duplicate Layer. Click OK. You should now have 2 copies of your image. After this, you are going to turn your image into black and white. We do this by going to the bottom of your Layers palette to this little black and white circle. And in the middle of that list is your black and white conversion. Click on that. When this panel comes up, you're going to edit the colors by dragging the sliders. Now remember, my picture had blue, yellow, and green. So we're going to start out by playing with the blues. The blues are going to affect my sky. So depending on your picture, you're going to change different sliders. The objective of your editing is to make your letters stand out. So I'm going to darken my sky a little bit in order to make the tree stand out. My image also had a little bit of yellow in it, so I'm going to play with the yellow. The yellow was on the ground. So I'm going to zoom out so I can show you. So I'm going to maybe darken that a little bit. The next step after this is to add a set of curves to your image so that you can control the different tones. In order to find the curves, you're going to go to this little black and white circle. This is called your adjustment layers. And you're going to go to where it says curves. Anything that is on the left side controls your shadows. Anything that is on the top controls your highlights, and the middle area is for your midtones. We're going to try to make this letter Y stand out. The letter Y is mainly composed of midtones, so I'm going to play with my midtones to try to make that letter Y pop. I'm going to add some shadows by pulling the shadows down. Now, depending on your image, you might have to do different edits. Try not to add too many points to your curves. Once you have your letter standing out, you can go ahead and close your curves. The next step after this is to use your dodge and burn tools in order to make the letter stand out more. Your dodge and burn tools are on the left side. It looks like a lollipop. Click and hold. Dodge is for making your objects look brighter, and burn is for making your objects look darker. We're going to start out by using the dodge tool. Head over to your options bar and make sure that you're using a brush that is soft. So bring your hardness way down. The next thing that you want to try to look at is your exposure. The exposure controls the amount of brightness or darkness that you're going to be introducing. I want to brighten quite a bit, so I'm going to change my exposure to 30%. And I'm going to make sure that I'm on the layer that contains the picture. So you should be on the second copy, not on the first. And I'm going to start out by slowly brushing over the tree. Remember, the objective of your editing right now is to make your letter pop. Do slow edits. You want this to look natural. I'm going to turn it on and off so you can see the difference. So my letter Y pops a little bit more now. If I want to make the background darker, I'm going to head over to my tools, and this time I'm going to grab the burn tool. Make sure that you're on the layer that is your copy. Grab your brush, make it a little bit bigger or smaller. And right now I am darkening the trees in the background. Take your time doing this so it looks natural. If at any point you don't like what you've done, remember your 3 favorite keys are Control Alt Z. Once you have done your basic edits, the next step is to add a black border around your image. You're going to go over to your layers palette and you're going to find where it says FX. These are all your special effects. And you're going to go to where it says stroke. Stroke means border. And here are the settings that you need. Make sure that the color of your border is black. You want the border to be on the inside of the letter. The size of the border is going to be 60 pixels. Let's go ahead and click OK. There's my black border. Before I can transfer this image over into the banner, I have to take all of these layers and make them into a single layer. If I try to take this image right now into my banner by dragging, the only thing that it's going to take is whatever layer I'm clicking on. So in order to take the image, we have to combine. So go to your topmost layer and click the following 4 keys. Shift, Control, Alt, E. This creates what is called a stamp, which is a copy of all your edits on a single layer. Assuming that your banner is open, you're going to go to the top of your Photoshop and you're going to drag your picture to the right and you're going to put the banner on the left by dragging down. Now you need to grab your arrow tool. Make sure that on your layers, so we're going to make sure this layer is selected. Then using your arrow tool, you're going to click and you're going to drag. Provided that you have followed all the directions, your image should fit into your banner perfectly. Thank you for watching.